What is up, y'all? So today I want to do a video on how to increase mobility in the hips for the golf swing. And we can go a little bit more in depth and detail, and I believe I've done so in previous videos. If you want to look at, I did one on movement tests in the 6 positions. So I also did one on baseball swing, which again, we want to increase the mobility in the hips. And so there's different drivers of the body, right? So there's my head. So as you can see that if just by moving my head, it moves my whole body, my hands, my shoulders, my knees, my feet. But again, the crucial part of a swing or a punch or a golf swing all should come from the hips. And so I picked this up from Dr. Gary Gray at the Gray Institute. He was a very intelligent man, and also through the certification of applied functional science and 3D maps, which I've linked in my bio above. And for any trainer, I highly recommend those certifications. So let's take the movement of the hips. And so again, we want to look at 3 planes. The 3 planes of movement is front to back, side to side, and rotation. And often we neglect the side to side and rotation. So as a trainer and somebody that's been in the gym a lot, you usually just see that sagittal plane or that front to back movement, and very rarely do you see any side to side or rotation stuff, which is, especially rotation, crucial in power output, especially when it comes to the golf swing. So what we want to do is we want to get in ourselves there. So a transformational zone, in short, is when the movement switches. So if I take a swing, right? So what I would say is just like take your thumb, grab it here, right? And then get yourself up into a swinging type position. And then I'm gonna just, using my hips, pushing them forward and back. Now, another way to increase movement in this exercise is by getting tall. So if I'm slumped over, I got just bad posture, and we can just see what that's gonna do to a golf swing, right? So if I'm dropping my shoulder and my head's going forward, it's gonna be very hard to hit that ball straight. But just like in yoga, like I say, if somebody's grabbed me by my hair and has pulled me up, so we wanna use those muscles, right? Those postural muscles to get nice and tall. And then in that transformational zone of the swing, I'm just gonna take my hips. So you can see my hips back and forward. And so what I wanna do is just see if there's any limited range of motion. And of course, videotaping this or watching it in a mirror is gonna help. Now in that swing, now I'm gonna go side to side. So I'm moving my hips, and again, staying tall, left, right, left, right, and now I want to do rotation. So I'm twisting here, right? See if you guys can see me a little better here. Now, ultimate goal is, see if you can see my hips, is I want to try to get 180 with it. So if I can turn them, see how I got my right all the way around? So that's kind of the goal you want to shoot for, is that 180. And that'll open you up. Now that's a great way to just warm up. A lot of people don't even warm up when they get start golfing. They just grab the club and start swinging away, right? And then again, you can use that as a base for a baseball swing. So Dr. Gary Gray also used a true stretch. So if you go to most gyms and you see a stretching device, it looks like kind of like a big spider web. And it's awesome because you can change your hand positions on it. So I can grab up here, and just by changing the hand positions, it might open up different parts of your shoulders and things like that. And then also, if I want to kind of change my foot position, so if my feet are straight, I can toe them in, I can toe them out, and then just by doing that and changing my feet position, I'm gonna just kind of focus on different parts of the hip. So try doing that. And then what you wanna find is that where are you locked up? So as you're going through the different feet positions, the different hand positions, you've got the true stretch. Actually, Dr. Gary Gray did a video where because he was out on the golf course, he just grabbed onto a tree branch and started doing that, so that you use that grasp as the focal point, right, of moving through it. And then you can do the end swing of it as well. So again, that transformational zone. So if my hands are back here and then my follow through, I can do the same thing with my hips, right? So those two transformational zones are crucial, that we are making sure that we have full mobility to increase the productivity of our golf game or our baseball swing or things of that nature. So I hope this video helps you guys. Also use your other drivers while I'm thinking it. So I can use my head, right? So I can use my feet, which are also crucial. So your feet are gonna be rotating in that golf swing, right? So here's me just twisting with all I'm using is my feet right now. And then as you kind of go up the chain, so to speak, of the human body, you're seeing, where am I stuck? Oh man, when I'm rotating my feet, I'm not getting that 180. I'm not getting that full range of motion. You know, when I'm using my hands, it feels like my head, I'm locked up. And when you find the weakness, kill the weakness.